I went and I bought another Belcam fragrance. This one's called the Classic Match Obsession. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why don't you just get the original Calvin Klein? Why are you getting a Calvin Klein clone? But I did my research and I saw that Calvin Klein Obsession for Men has been reformulated several times. There's a lot of people complaining on base notes and on Fragrantica about how the reformulation doesn't smell like the original and it's weaker. My first impressions, all I can tell you is it smells exactly as I remember it. This was a very popular fragrance in the 80s, a bestseller. It's actually still very popular. It continues to sell. It's a spicy, soapy. It's a spicy, soapy scent, reminiscent of like a higher quality Old Spice. Is a good way to describe this scent. And I get that. You got all the spices. You got the cinnamon. You got the amber. Some kind of a little bit of a manly leather on the base. I have fond memories of this from back in the day, and this Belcam version, it seems very much like the way I remembered it, almost exactly like the way I remembered it. It actually is bringing back old vibes from like my high school days and stuff like that. Going out cruising and stuff like that. I remember spraying some of this on. We'd go out cruising. Cruising was a thing at one point, like around 1990 or so. Let's see how it performs. That's another thing here is this Belcam version supposedly performs better than the one you can get now, the newest formulation. So I will see you guys later, and I'll give you guys my performance report of Belcam Classic Match Obsession. Once again, I got really curious. I don't live far from the mall, so I went to the mall and I sprayed some legitimate new formulation Obsession on my hand. Because when I first sprayed this, I was like, this smells exactly like Obsession. It's exactly like I remembered it. Then I went to the store and I sprayed the new formulation. And this was about 4 hours ago. They don't smell 100% alike, but they smell like 98% alike. The biggest difference is in the opening. This Belcam version is more citrusy. It's got a nice amber to it. It's like a brighter, slightly brighter fragrance in the opening compared to the new formulation of Obsession. It's also soapier. This Belcam version is supposed to be based on the 1980s version. They both smell like Obsession to my nose. They smell like slightly different batches. I'm happy with my purchase. I think this was a great deal for $7.98. It lasts longer than the new formulation. This Belcam did bring me back. It brought me back to high school. I remember this fragrance being everywhere. We used to go to like a teen club way back when we were like 14 years old. There was like I think Sunday night was like a teen night at one of the nightclubs or something like that. And we used to go to it. It's called Dansins in Palisades Park. And everybody used to be wearing this. The whole room was freaking full of oversprayed Obsession. And this reminded me so much of that. The whole room was basically just like Obsession, Drakkar. Yeah, it was good times. Back when we were young and stupid, but I never really sat down and scrutinized the scent of Obsession. It's got a very good barbershop feel to it. But back then, nobody said, oh, this is a barbershop scent. The whole term barbershop scent kind of popped up in recent years when everybody started like trying to describe some of these old school colognes, and they're like, oh, it's a barbershop scent. So this is definitely a barbershop scent. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. I'll smell you later.